Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1 on this here channel. Hey, on ETCG1 we carry on discussions, we talk about stuff, we don't necessarily do repair videos. But if you want repair videos, I'll make it easy for you. I'll put a link in the description to my Eric the Car Guy channel and you can go over there and watch all the repair videos you want. However, if you want to stick around and join in the conversation, welcome. As you can see behind me, I'm giving you somewhat of a behind the scenes today. I just finished shooting the gear wrench review video and thought I would give you an idea of how I put it together. Well, we got lights, we got camera, we got action, and a green screen. Those are fun. And you may also notice that my hair's gone. And yes, I did that on purpose. I don't know, every once in a while I just feel like cutting my hair. And I'd grown mine out for, I think it was about 5 years or so, 5-6 years. Something like that, and I don't know what it was. I just got a bug up my butt last weekend and decided I needed to cut it all off. So, lucky for me, my wife's a hairdresser. Now that we've gotten through all that backstory, how about we get to the topic at hand? I'm gonna call this one Bad Apple. And it sort of stems from a LinkedIn post that I read recently about shop pirates, I think was the name that the author had used for that. And basically, they kind of mean the same thing. And what I'm referring to is, sort of goes back to the video on shop dynamics a little bit. And we've also discussed briefly how management can affect the shop dynamic as well. Today we're going to talk about that guy or perhaps girl that you work with that is just, and I think you know what I'm talking about. Maybe they're a person that, well, maybe they have some personal issues, they just have some issues, and it makes life difficult for everybody in a sense, because maybe they only want to work on maybe one particular brand of car and they leave all the other crap work for everybody else. They don't like to share the load. They're very prima donna-ish, and you know, anything they do, like every time they get a work order in, they write it up for absolutely everything, and they, you know, shoot for the moon every single time. And I think that's the reason why the author of that, I wish I remembered, but I'll try to post it on the screen. We have the magic of editing video later. But he talks about an employee that he has that is similar to this. He only wants to work on one type of vehicle. He only, every work order that he gets on a particular vehicle, he just writes it up to the moon and gone to try to make up for things. And he's kind of in a feast-famine situation, because apparently this is more like a general repair shop. And you know, sometimes there's not a whole lot of work there, or maybe there's just not his particular brand that's in the shop that day, so sits around not doing a whole lot. But generally what it is it's a problem individual within the shop. One bad apple. When you have one bad apple in the shop, I've been in shops like this, it ruins everybody's day. In fact, you look forward to the days where that person has a day off or isn't there, because all of a sudden everything in the shop changes. The whole dynamic of everything changes. Everybody's like happy, they all get along, they're all just feeling great because person X just isn't there. And everything changes. But when person X walks through the door, like almost from the moment they walk through the door in the morning, there's like this dark cloud that descends upon the shop. And for the rest of the day, you have to put up with this just morass of just ugliness. And they think they know everything. They like to boss you around. They like to tell you you're doing things wrong. And just their presence, their mere presence, like I said, just makes it an unpleasant experience to go to work. Now, for whatever reason, these people tend to stick around a while. And I am baffled as to why this happens. Because maybe it's nepotism. maybe they're friends with the owner or something. Maybe in some way they're juiced in and they can't be dug out. It's like a tick or something. And for whatever reason, they stay around. And I've been in places to where I've left because of these people. I no longer wanted to deal with these personalities. I was just, okay, enough, I'm done. You win, fine, you win, I'm out. You can have this place, it's yours. Obviously it's yours. I don't know what to tell you in these situations. Personally, I would tell management to fire these people, put them out of their ear, because they don't need to be there. They're dead weight. I mean, You may think that this person is doing a good job or is a specialist or, you know, I don't know, whatever relationship you've got. Maybe they have some really screwed up childhood or something like that makes them into just the cantankerous bastard that they are. But that's no excuse for bad behavior, in my opinion. Behavior is something that you can change. I mean, you can choose to behave a certain way. You can choose to be courteous to people. You can choose to be open-minded. You can choose to do these things. Yes, you may have tendencies towards other things, but you can put those things under control. It's called being a grown-up. Unfortunately, we have to deal with these people. So how do we deal with these people? Well, my philosophy was avoidance. I did whatever I could not to cross paths with these people that I had trouble with, and when I did my best to keep my tongue in my mouth and my mouth shut, just to avoid creating an altercation situation. Your situation, maybe might not be so easy. Maybe you're new and starting out, and you're just discovering the horror that you just bought into. The bad apples of the world, they are there. They are prevalent, unfortunately, and we have to deal with them. But when they're gone, like I said, when they got a day off, everything is just so wonderful. So management, please take note. If you have somebody like this in the shop, like the Band-Aid, just rip it off. Don't make it a slow, long, involved process. Maybe sit them down, have a come to Jesus meeting, something like that, and say, hey, if you keep this up, you're out of here. Okay, give them fair warning. But I would not keep these people around, because I would say they're robbing you of productivity. When you've got somebody like that in the shop, like I said, it changes the entire mood of the shop. Nobody wants to be around them, nobody wants to work with them, nobody wants to loan them tools, nobody wants to help them out, nobody wants to do them. And maybe they like it that way. Maybe they're lone wolf, they want to be that way. I know, you know, as mechanics, we're kind of like that. We're very self-reliant type people. But, you know, the slider can move too far. And if it does move too far, I think you need to do something about it. I think not taking action and letting the situation continue to go on the way it's gone on forever and ever is the exact wrong thing to do. I implore you, just do something about it. Don't ignore the situation. Don't be just regular old management. Take care of it. And I would wager that once you do take care of that situation, the whole place opens up. And the way you know this is, like I said, take a look at what the shop is like and how the shop runs when they're not around. And I bet you it runs better. Things run smoother. Customers are happy. That's what we want. We don't want problem people in our shops. We don't want to work with problem people. And you problem people that are out there, realize that you have a problem and perhaps seek some help. I mean, I'm not saying that, well, I am saying the problem is you, but it's up to you to solve that problem. And the way you can do that, get help, seek therapy, something, you know. Hopefully you got health insurance where you're working and you'll be able to do that, because there obviously is something going on with you that needs to be addressed. And if you don't address those things, well, you'll be miserable. And trust me, those kind of things can actually lead to health problems further on down the road. So just for your own health, everybody's health, and for the sanity of everybody around you, take note of your behavior and say to yourself, you know what? Am I treating others like I would want others to treat me? It's plain and simple. And management, you know, sit these people down. Let them know who's boss. This is one instance where I'm saying, yeah, put your foot down. With these type of people, because they are disruptive, and they change the whole dynamic of the shop. So when you got one bad apple, it ruins the whole bunch, as they say. So get rid of the bad apple, or shine it up, something like that, make it better, but don't ignore it. Don't just let this continue on. So what are your experiences with the bad apples in your shop or workplace? Have you run into somebody that you just can't stand, can't be around? I realize there are differences in personality, but I'm talking about someone that is just infects the entire place. I'm not talking about one person in particular that you have an issue with. I'm talking about the person that most people have an issue with in a shop. You know what I'm talking about. I think you do. Comments welcome down below, but also I will have a link in the description to a forum discussion about this topic, that we can discuss it further over there. And hey, if you have automotive questions, I would ask that you head over to ericthecarguy.com. When you get there on the homepage, there's a welcome video to tell you about all the wonderful features we have there to help you solve your automotive issues. That is the way to go. That is the way I would suggest you go. And hey, if you want to connect with me socially, I can be found on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter. And I close each of my videos with be safe, have fun, and stay dirty. I will see you next time.